In Harare, Zimbabwe, in December of 2022, an historic Ruforum annual general meeting took place with the theme Strengthening Africa's Agri-Food Systems in the Post-COVID-19 Era, Opportunities and Challenges.
From Zimbabwe, Africa University is one of the 2 universities that founded Ruforum. So for us, we are not just hosting, we are participating in what we see as our baby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Africa.
Over 900 delegates from more than 40 African countries and beyond, including policymakers, private sector partners, universities, funders, researchers, students and farmers participated in the proceedings. The meeting was opened by His Excellency Emmerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe.
You are our think tanks, our specialists. The forum continues to thrive since its humble genesis, with the current membership of more than 150 universities from our continent.
Just amazing how the movement has grown and how almost the entire continent is buying into it. To turn Africa around, it's going to have to be us. The energy is just there.
Being here in Harare this week is about looking at how can our universities do things differently, engineer a revolution in the agricultural sector, which will leverage industrial revolution for Africa.
This requires that we put science, technology and innovation at the forefront to transform our agri-food systems.
Research and innovations by Ruforum member universities, faculty and students were showcased.
Ruforum means a lot to me. It has exposed me to the world.
I'm very excited because we've had opportunities as students. Some of us, it's our first times that we get these flights. So we come together and we learn from each other. And we are very honored and grateful for this opportunity.
After a highly impactful pilot phase that has trained nearly 600 young agri-leaders and change makers, the TagDev flagship celebrated its achievements and launched its efforts to expand across the continent.
Sometimes I get to shed tears. I was struggling to contain my tears of joy listening to these young people, to the amazing transformations that they have had.
TagDev 2.0 was born.
We are very proud that the 2022 UN Person of the Year was a TagDev alumni.
That has also revitalized my energy to serve my community.
Capacity building in agriculture,
The scientific conference was opened by Professor Amon Murwira, Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Zimbabwe, who urged universities to fuel industrialization and economic growth.
What is higher education for? We do every activity to enhance human dignity.
It can only happen when our education is the one that is driving our industrialization.
The roundtable meeting of ministers endorsed the Badea initiative for strengthening African agricultural productivity, reduced post-harvest losses, and improved value addition, infrastructure and human capital development. Policymakers also explored partnerships to build capacity for less endowed countries.
We want South Sudan universities to be part and parcel of this body.
Ruforum was proud to host the AGM for the Forum for Women Vice-Chancellors, which focused on mentorship of female scientists into positions of leadership and influence.
If it were not for Ruforum, I would have not made it to the Vice-Chancellor. We have moved ahead. The younger generation can also learn from us.
As an aspiring leader, I looked at the women leaders who are ahead of me. To me and the ladies, other young ladies in the room, it was a very inspiring moment, and we look forward to moving it further.
Young innovators and outstanding scientists were celebrated and several key recognition awards made.
I have been working for the revolution for many years, and just, when you feel that all your dreams have been declined, getting out of this, what I call it, psychological trauma, with such a prize or a reward, that was really great, and I couldn't actually stop my tears when I came to know about it after I arrived here. And there is something beautiful that is going on. It's for Africa and for the Africans and for those people who are really keen about the continent.
The closing ceremony was an emotional one, as the now very large Ruforum family said goodbye to its visionary leader.
I want to congratulate Professor Atipala for leading this movement. It's a huge movement, a liberation of a people towards a liberation of humanity.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, the road has been tough, but we have been together. We have walked together. There's still a lot of distance to go, but collectively, we shall still go further. I wish you all the best as Africa. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Highly accomplished scientist Dr. Patrick Okori took the helm for the next phase in the life of the network.
It's not possible to fill shoes. Prof. Atipala is a man who has come this far because he has been working with many people. When my kids were growing up, there was a child cartoon called Lion King. And in the Lion King, there are two good friends. One is called Timon, another one is called Pumbaa. And they were walking and very tired. Pumbaa couldn't proceed with his trip. They were going to the Wishing Rock. Timon tapped his shoulder and told him to see beyond what he could see. So filling Atipala's shoes, Professor Atipala's shoes, requires the Timon advice. That's what I call it. See beyond what you can see. Thank you.